So I'm the kind of guy that if a device can take a projectile and move it farther and faster than I can, I'm pretty much interested. I'm an archery hunter. I do the bow hunting thing for deer, and I got into air guns a little over a year and a half ago, and I was amazed by the wide variety of things that you can get driven by air. It's pretty amazing. We've done a fair amount of videos on air guns specifically. I'll have a link to the playlist so that you guys can see what we've done in the past. But one of the companies that I really like in the air gun industry themselves is Hatsan. And the reason I'd really dig Hatsan is they do different things and take a lot of risks with their air guns. And what we're looking at here today is this Hatsan Barrage. This is a 20 caliber air rifle. This is not a Red Ryder BB gun. You would not do some of the things that we did when we were kids with BB guns. This thing is a real rifle. What's really different about this thing, it obviously looks like something out of like Starship Troopers here. This thing is, you know, takes a lot of artistic liberties. But this, typically when you look at an air gun, they're a single shot deal. This, by contrast, is a semi-automatic air rifle. This thing's pretty sweet. We're going to be taking a look at some of the features on this thing. I mean, there's a lot going on here. As far as loading the thing is concerned, if we look at the sides of the gun here, we have receptacles for extra magazines, both on this side and on this side right here. All we have to do to change the magazine is pull this to the rear, lock it up in place, take the old magazine out, take the new magazine, insert it right here, right like this, drop the bolt, the Hatsan Barrage coming up right here, right now on the VSO Gun Channel. All right, first up, how do we gas this beast up? There's clearly a pretty prolific exposed tank right there underneath the barrel. It does look to me like there's capacity for this tank to be removed in the field. Maybe carry a spare one in a backpack or something like that. I know Hatsan has done things like that in the past. I will confirm or deny whether that is an actual feature of the gun or not. But to gas it up with the tank on, we take our tank right here, go ahead and insert our fitting right here into the side and then start gassing up. On the underside here is the gauge in this port over here so that we can see what exactly our gas level is. Alright, now this thing's nice and aired up, we're going to see what she'll do on the chronograph. We're using a commercially available pellet here. I'm just going to go ahead and leave that right there. And here we go. Shot one. 937. 930. 924. So I'll go ahead and put an average on the side of the screen. She's cooking. You know, just under 1,000 feet per second. That's pretty good for an air rifle. And that's definitely what was driving the terminal ballistics that we saw on small game this fall and winter. So very cool. Remember guys, you want to keep it underneath the sound barrier with an air rifle, because anything that goes over the sound barrier is going to make a lot of noise going down range. So you could hear them skipping off the range there as far as ricocheting is concerned, I'm sure. But you know, if we shoot this thing again and not let them hit the range, you don't really hear them travel down range until they hit something like my Midwest Industries banner. All right, mid 900 feet per second. What does that mean on a pellet like this? Well, So loading the magazine, really easy. Just push on this right here. You're going to start to feel some spring tension as you rotate it around. Flip the magazine over, drop a pellet in. Pellets are going to come out this direction. The first one's the hardest. Pellets are going to come out this direction toward the camera here. And if you let go now, you've locked the rotary into place. You can flip her back over, and now you can simply just start dropping pellets right into the mag. Right like that. Go all the way around. Once you're done, go ahead and push that to that position, and you're ready to insert it into the gun. Magazine holds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You cannot +1 this gun. Pretty much equally as easy is the adjustment of the stock. As you guys can see here, I've got the cheek riser raised up a little bit. All we do is move these two bolts out, raise it up to our desired height, tighten them back down. Same thing here on the rear for the length of pull adjustment. Just go ahead and do that. Move it out where we want it. Tighten them right back down. Gun also has 2 sling attachment points, one here on the rear, one up at the front. Just forward of the front sling attachment point is an integral rail. All the control surfaces of the gun have serrations on them for grip, as well as here on the sides there's also some texturing. Adds some grippage, as well as looks kind of cool as well. So the gun isn't just plastic, it's like a rubbery plastic. So I mean, it's a grippy, rubbery surface that as you can see, I can kind of disturb the rubber there by rubbing my fingernail on it. It's not your typical like Magpul polymer or anything like that. It's actually kind of rubberized. The only other control that we haven't covered is the safety. It's located inside the trigger guard on this gun. I'm not a huge fan of safeties inside of trigger guards. I think they should be mounted on the housing of the gun, if at all. But anyway, put the gun on safe by removing the safety to the rear, and put it on fire by moving the safety to the front. The gun comes with no stock iron sights, but it does have a rail on top for mounting of optics. On this particular one, we've mounted a Trijicon ACOG. Now, don't get me wrong, this isn't the only semi-automatic air gun on the market. However, this is one of few semi-automatic air guns that is all air driven, not a single battery or other power source inside this gun except for the air tank. On the last round, the gun has a last round bolt hold open, and how that actually works, if we take a look here, rotate the bolt out of the way, pull the magazine out, the follower ends up stopping right there on the port, bolt goes ahead and bottoms out on that thing, preventing it from coming forward or leaking any gas. Alright guys, we're gonna see, it's a little bit windy for this today, but we're gonna see what we can do on some steel here. You got a plate out there at about 50 yards, and like I said, it's a little bit windy for this today. I'm filming this just in case I don't make a complete fool out of myself. So here we go. Let's go take a look. What I'm going to do to make this a little easier to see, and that is 12 rounds total, or 12 pellets I guess total in there. Few of the ones that you heard that did not make a noise went through the hole. This is where I was aiming, this little gap right here. And you know, like I said, we have a little bit of wind today. I checked the weather reports at 15 miles per hour, and this is the kind of variation that we're getting with that kind of wind. Remember, 900.5 feet per second. 50 yards. Super slow-mo. So as I hinted at earlier, one of the major advantages of an air rifle versus a traditional powder burner is the noise component. Say you're trying to do nuisance management inside of a community. Maybe you got a raccoon problem, maybe you got a rat problem or something like that, and you want to take it out quietly without making a whole lot of noise. Maybe the rules of your community may not allow you to do that sort of thing. An air rifle is going to be way better suited for that type of task than a traditional powder burner would be. So what I thought we would do now is do a quick comparison to close this video out right between a powder burner and the Hatsan Barrage. What I have here is a Volkorsen Scorpion, and I have some subsonic loads. This is about as quiet as you can get. This thing is in 22 long rifle, quiet as you can get in the powder burning world. Go ahead and put my hearing protection on. 5 rounds. Gun safed. Now we're going to shoot the Barrage. 5 rounds. Okay. Now you can get quieter than what I just did on the powder burner if you have a silencer. This is actually a 556 suppressor. This is the SIG SRD 556QD. We're going to use it as a direct thread silencer today. Use it on this 22. We're just going to thread it right on here. So now we are suppressed. We're going to shoot the rest of this magazine, and then we'll try it against the Barrage. Okay. And now the Barrage. So as you can see, I don't know if you can hear it on the camera or not, or what it's actually picking up, but the Barrage is pretty darn quiet, especially compared to a silenced 22. Now the 22 suppressed may be a little bit more quiet. However, $1,000 can, $1,500 gun, much better value in something like the air rifle. Just throwing that out there. Thanks for watching the VSO Gun Channel. I hope you guys found this video informative. If you did, please hit that like button. If you think that we earned your subscription here today, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Share the video around. Maybe your friends will like it as well. Thanks for watching the VSO Gun Channel. We'll see you guys on the next video. Start out with a generous hold. What?